are now entering a doorway that was never meant to be found. A frequency between logic and fear, static and memory, truth and illusion. There is no time here, no map, only stories, each one a transmission from the edge of understanding and the boundary beyond. This is not a channel. This is not a dream. This is Mr. Zone. You're listening to Mr. Zone, where logic ends and shadows begin. Tonight's story takes us to a quiet building on a quiet street. A place where the neighbors smile, the hallways stay calm, and nothing ever seems out of place. At least not at first. But silence can hide many things. Warnings, secrets, entire lives that were never lived. Our traveler tonight is Lily Carver, a woman searching for a fresh start. What she finds instead is a building filled with shadows of herself. Shadows that cannot speak. Shadows that can only type the truth she is not ready to hear. So settle in, listen closely. Because in this place, the loudest voice is the one that never makes a sound. Lily Carver signed the lease on a rainy Monday. Third floor walk up, old building with cracked paint and warm light bulbs. The kind of place where time moves slowly. She passed neighbors on the stairs. A man in a sweater holding groceries, a woman with a laundry basket, a kid with a backpack and tired eyes. They all smiled. They all mouthed hello. Not one spoke. She thought it was strange but charming. Like the building knew a secret and no one wanted to share it out loud. That first night she unpacked her things, a lamp, a small bookshelf, a plant for the windowsill. The feeling of a fresh start filled the air. Then she found the note, folded under her door. Plain paper, typed neatly. Do not walk down Elm Street after midnight. Wait until morning, please trust us. She laughed, a prank, a welcome joke. She set it aside and went back to unpacking. At 12:11 a.m., she heard sirens outside, a crash around the corner, screams, metal on metal. She stood frozen by the window until the noise faded. She looked at the note again. Her hands shook. 3 days passed. Quiet days, quiet neighbors. Each night brought a new typed note under the door. Do not answer unknown numbers today. At noon, an unknown number called 5 times. A scam that drained a co-worker's bank account. Take the bus, not the rideshare. That night, a rideshare driver was arrested for a violent assault near her office. Each note saved her from something real, something terrible. The notes felt protective, kind, personal. She tried to talk to the neighbors. She knocked on doors. She waved in the hallway. No one responded. They smiled. They mouthed hello. Their eyes held something heavy, like they wanted to speak but could not. She pressed her ear to the wall one night. No music, no talking, just breathing and footsteps. A building full of ghosts who were still alive. On the 7th night, she found a new note. Do not open your windows, not tonight. She locked them tight. At 2:19 a.m., something scratched at the glass, slow, careful, searching. She did not sleep until dawn. Fear became a routine. Work, home, dinner, lock the windows, wait for the note. Days felt thin and stretched. Nights arrived too quickly. One Thursday, she stayed late at work. People joked about happy hour and went home laughing. She walked the dark street alone, keys ready in hand. A cold wind rose. The streetlights flickered. Something made her look up at her building. 3rd floor window. Her window. The curtain moved by itself like someone had passed behind it. Her heart stuttered. She ran inside, climbed the stairs, and reached her door shaking. The note was waiting. Do not look in the mirror until morning. She turned all her mirrors to face the wall. She did not know why. She did it anyway. That night, the sound began. A slow rhythmic tapping from somewhere in the building. Not footsteps, not pipes. A pattern like metal keys striking soft ribbon. Tack, tack, tack. A typewriter. She sat in bed with the blankets tight around her shoulders. The sound grew louder, a steady voice made from letters and ink. Who is typing? And why would a whole building of silent neighbors need a typewriter? Morning sunlight felt unreal, like a stage light on a set that did not match the night before. She opened her mirrors with dread. Her reflection stared back. Normal, confused, alive. She marched to the end of the hall and knocked on the nearest door. Hard, loud. The man with the sweater opened it. He smiled. His lips moved. Hello? Welcome. His eyes were full of sadness. She grabbed a pen and a pad from her pocket. Who is typing at night? He looked at the question. His face collapsed. He took the pad. His hand shook as he wrote, "We are, all of us." She stared at him. He stepped aside so she could see inside the apartment. The living room was full of papers, typed pages taped to the walls. Dozens of versions of happy photos, Lily with a different haircut, Lily with a different job, Lily with a family, Lily alone, Lily sick, Lily wealthy, Lily ruined. Other versions of her. He pointed to a photo, Lily in a hospital bed staring at a ceiling light. Beneath it a typed caption, June 14th. If she stays silent, she survives. She stumbled back into the hall. Every door opened. Every neighbor stood holding pages with her face. Different ages, different outcomes, all silent, all crying. She ran, down the stairs, out the door, into the street. The wind felt sharp against her face. The city noise crashed around her like breaking glass. She turned the corner. A delivery van sped through the intersection. The driver never saw her. The tires screeched. She froze. A hand grabbed her shoulder and pulled her backward. Papers fluttered through the air like frightened birds. The man in the sweater stood behind her. He mouthed the word again. Hello. He pressed a folded note into her palm. His eyes told her everything he could not say. She opened the note. If you leave the building, the stories end. If you stay, you live. Choose the quiet path. Please. She looked at the building. Dozens of faces watched from windows. All her. Each one older or younger or different. Each one whispering without sound. She stepped back toward the door. The city noise faded. The notes would return. The typewriter would speak. She would survive. She closed the door behind her. The building sighed with relief. There are apartments in this world where every tenant is a shadow of the person who lives in the mirror. Sometimes the safest life is the quiet one, the path made from caution instead of courage. Or perhaps courage is knowing when to listen to a voice that has lived your mistakes already. In the end, she chose silence. A life saved by people who once were her, and still are. This has been Mr. Zone, and remember, if you hear typing tonight, someone is trying to warn you.